Okay, so I'm going to do a quick demonstration of smart home. Smart home using the Internet of Things. It's where we take devices that historically wouldn't have been considered a computing device, a sensor, a camera, a doorbell, a lock, etc., and we connect them to the Internet. And so I have a multi um device environment. So I have primarily Apple ecosystem, but I have a couple of devices that are non-Apple that are on my network. And so in order to connect those devices, I have to use a third-party service, which I host, internally within my house. And you can't actually go to this website. So if you try, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Okay, it's not accessible from the internet. But this allows me to connect my Google devices and my Amazon devices to my Apple Smart Home. Okay, and so this is called HomeBridge. And so as you can see, my doorbell, my one of my smoke alarms, and my thermostat are all non-devices from not from Apple or Apple partners, so they don't support HomeKit. So this server runs to bridge the gap. Okay, hence the name HomeBridge. Now, at a glance here, I can go and view everything in my home and control it. So that's why I want to have that HomeBridge. And now you can see that my thermostat shows up here. My smoke alarm. Okay. My doorbell is somewhere here. I'm not seeing it right now, but my doorbell is here as well, and otherwise it wouldn't be. And you can see the camera from the doorbell down here at the bottom. Okay. And these are all devices that are either directly or indirectly connected to the internet. And so for the lighting, every light bulb is not connected to the internet directly. What happens is there are different hubs that you purchase for this sort of functionality. So light bulbs can be controlled through the internet, but they themselves are not connected to the internet. Only the hub devices are. So the hub devices sit behind me in my office connected to the internet through a physical connection. And then I've isolated all of this Internet of Thing device from the rest of my network. So I have a pretty sophisticated network to segment things off and protect things. So I have all these devices isolated, some further isolated from each other. Okay. But this allows you to manage your home and along those same lines do the same thing with a business. A business can manage their environment without physically being there. So say you run a factory, you can keep the temperature adjusted at a certain level for preventing your raw material being destroyed, or can have sensors so that if something happens with a piece of machinery, you have people get alerted about it, that sort of thing. In an office environment, a lot of times we see sensors used to control temperature and lighting in the office. I've worked in a very large high rise, and in the high rise, none of us had the ability to control the temperature in our own offices. We had a little sensor, and that reported back to the facilities folks the temperature of the room. It also had a sensor based on motion, so as people entered the room, it detected how many people were there, and it would adjust the temperature accordingly. So that way your facilities team can manage the HVAC systems and lighting systems in the business to save energy. Okay. Another thing is we can use this type of technology for, say, food service can use this sort of thing to manage temperatures and checking temperatures instead of having to go and use pen and paper to do that sort of thing. And another area where we use this, and actually there's some local Southern California companies that work in this space of sprinkler management. So a lot of organizations and neighborhoods have homeowners associations and remote sprinklers, city parks, etc. These things can be remotely monitored and managed based on water usage and weather. So if it's really dry, we can have more water go to a particular area. We can measure the soil and have the sensors report back. So in the case of my sprinklers here, they're actually connected to the internet as well, and they have the ability to check the temperature, check the water, the precipitation, that sort of thing. If I wanted to, I could even hook up a soil moisture sensor to it and have it determine based on what I'm growing and the level soil moisture that I already have, that sort of thing. So businesses are using this to save money as well, and these types of remote monitoring capabilities are super critical right now during COVID when we can't always send people out in the field. Okay, so that's smart home, my little demonstration here.